Time to make the donuts. All right.
Oh, there's donuts?
Oh,
where are the donuts?
Oh, all right.
That's it, man. Game over, man. Game over.
Shall we play a game?
You're traveling through another dimension. A dimension not only of plastic and paint, but of games. A journey into a wondrous land where meeples become real and cardboard cuts like a knife. That's a signpost up ahead, your next stop. The Funk Zone.
If we continue recording here, I do drive by. I do drive by the old...
If it's not Bosa, I don't want it. You're going to say rainbow donuts.
Well, what's wrong with Rainbow Hi-Hi? They're fine.
And it's not even rainbow donuts anymore.
No, it's Hi-Hi.
It's Hi-Hi.
Hi.
It's worse.
It's Hi-Hi. No, they're just... All right, you're not wrong. I don't disagree that Bosa donuts
Bosa is better than
Bosa's,
Hi-Hi.
It is a little
Hi-Hi
bit.
is still donuts. It's good.
Yeah, right. We're Why are we complaining about donuts?
Yeah, right.
But we want better donuts. All right, apparently I'm going to wear my glasses.
It's Hi-Hi still a step above the Safeway fries special.
Or
right?
Dunkin' or anything like that.
Uh-huh.
I mean, actually, Dunkin's like...
Dunkin's not too bad.
It's not... But I think it's below Safeway, honestly.
You think so?
I do. Now, don't get me wrong. I used to love the Dunkins, right?
Because it was great back in the 90s and 80s.
Yeah. And then when I was working at Child's Play, because there was a Dunkin's on the way to the theater, so I could be like, I want to give me a donut. So I could just drive in, pick up a little breakfast and donut. It was good, but...
I have no idea how good Dunkin' was back then.
Right. I'm liking this new setup. I might have to figure out...
There's a little bit of a...
So if we get, closer to the mic, we'll help prevent that. But that's fine. I mean, it's just because we don't have a big store.
Is this close enough?
Oh, dude, yes.
Okay. I'll just be like this the whole night.
I could give you a little foamy, and you can put it over so you can just get right up in there, dude. Yeah, that's good.
I mean, why do I need the foam?
Yeah.
Is that for chewing?
Yes. Well, it's for plosives and chewing and drinking and all that stuff. No, it's awesome. All right. Well, shall we begin?
Shall we play a game?
Yes. Oh, my gosh. Well, it's another fine Friday morning here, and we've changed locations, everybody, for the Funkatronic Rex podcast. We're trying something out. We're broadcasting live from Stephen Strange is Sanctum
The middle of the street.
The middle of the street.
My house is in the middle of our street.
All right. Well, welcome to another episode of the Funkatronic Rex podcast. I'm Chris. Across from me now, across from this table, is Paul.
Paul.
Good morning, Paul. How you doing, bud?
Buenos dias. If I was any better, I'd be twins.
Thank you. Yes. The classics.
That was Spanish, by the way.
Espanol?
Yeah.
Mío no habla español.
I speak it perfectly.
That's all I got.
Hablo español perfecto.
Perfecto. Muy bueno. And for all those listeners out there who actually speak Spanish, we're sorry. We're just having a little fun here. Eventually.
My greatest regret is I know Mike's not going to listen to this episode.
Okay, crazy question. So back in the day, right, you had your electives in high school, and one of them was usually a language, at least for me, because I went to high school in both Florida and California. Since you travel around here. And there was a language that you chose. Did you have an option to take languages in high school? Yes?
Yes, however.
That's exactly where I was going.
No, we did have two.
Yeah.
They did offer French and Espanol. I took Espanol because...
That's, actually useful.
It's actually, as well, especially in Phoenix back then, right?
Yeah. No, because I took German. Very useful, very helpful in both the California and the Southwest here.
Yeah.
I run across a lot of German speakers.
Tons of it.
Tons. And so I'm like, yeah, I wish... now, the wife speaks French, which is...
French is a bit more useful.
There's more useful. Spanish adjacent.
We share a border with the French-speaking country.
Right. Yeah, well, kind of.
State.
I mean, it's if you speak to French people, they do not speak French, because that's
true.
Quebecois is...
It's
there's a little rivalry.
variation.
Right.
Sure.
And even she's like, what are you guys speaking over there? What is that? What was that? Conjugate your verbs. And I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. Whatever. But yeah, so I took German. It was good. Kid's taking Spanish right now.
Yeah.
And he's doing all right. So they get to talk and exchange and learn. Like they're sitting at the
That's
table,
cool.
and she speaks a little French, and she turns it into Spanish, and they go back for. I'm just like,
So she retained a bunch of her high
well,
school
she
French.
took French, but she also went and did like an exchange student. So she
Oh,
lived in
yeah.
French for like 6
Cool.
months with a family that didn't speak English really.
Right.
Like they had ketchup. Like they knew
Yeah.
2-3 words. So it was like jump in deep end, full immersion. So
Sure.
she used to speak French like fluently, like have it on. And then she also did work. She toured with our show in France. And I was
Okay.
like, that's pretty bitchin'. I didn't
Yeah.
I didn't do that with German. That was terrible. So they're talking. I'm like, yeah, das is good.
That's it.
Das ist
fine.
coming-
Did I
Yes.
just say a curse? I don't know.
No. All the German I remember is from Indiana Jones, and that's it.
Yeah.
Kommen Sie bitte mit uns, Herr Jones. Mach schnell! Yeah, that's it. That's all you need, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
That's more than enough.
Oh, man. But speaking of new things,
Hey, welcome to our Phoenix historical podcast
Ladies
where
and
we
gentlemen,
talk about no historical facts,
on Channel
just historical
44,
feels.
you'll find our lovely gaming podcast. But here on Channel 72, the Tangential Podcast, as we sit next to, frankly, your awesome terrain table of Marvel Crisis Protocol, which is why I said we're
That I totally had moved before we
totally
got
had it ready
here.
to go. Paul was on
I
top of
was
it.
definitely not in my pajamas when you rolled up.
No, and I love, like, I 3D printed out most of a representation of the Sanctum Sanctorum
Right.
model, thinking I could, it's pretty good because this was a few years ago. 3D printing's come along, but that model, every time I see it, is just it is gorgeous.
It's so crisp.
It is delicious. And then you have the other one over there, which is the
Apartment building.
Apartment building, the
I just
kinda like Hell's Kitchen
my
or
only
whatever.
complaint about the apartment building, and I don't know if this is the person because I didn't assemble either of those.
Yeah.
That billboard really irritates me. I feel like it's facing the wrong direction.
Is it glued on?
It's
Did it-
glued on, yeah, but like
I mean, you could.
looking at it though, I don't know how else it would be.
Well,
Because like, all right, this isn't good radio because we're talking about a visual thing, but it's
well,
like
ladies and gentlemen,
the printing of the billboard is pointing toward the roof and not toward the street.
right.
And
Well,
that
you
doesn't
have
make
to position
sense
it
to me.
oddly for it to face a street or something.
But
like
if you're
that.
on the street, you can't see the billboard.
Right,
Like
right.
if you're on the sidewalk,
Right.
looking up, you can't see the billboard.
no,
It would need to be on the edge of the building. So that
I kind of
people can-
agree that if you to the point of that thing, I agree. If you would put the billboard facing a different direction, because like when you build the minis and stuff like that, if
Right.
you have something that you can look at on the base, kind of if I move my minis facing toward you, there's still something a little interesting to look at or whatever. So if the billboard was facing
Right.
the other way, it would give you something to look at.
Yeah.
And of course, if you paint it and do whatever.
And what's even
eventually.
more ridiculous about it is the other side of the building, the wall opposite of
Yeah.
the billboard.
Yeah.
There's a fire escape.
Yeah.
Which implies that that's the alleyway.
Right.
So the billboard is facing the alley
It is.
across the top of the roof.
Hey man, you never know.
I appreciate whoever built this
Right.
and that I don't have to didn't
Right.
have to build it. But it really bothers me that it's like
I'm
not
just
realistic
imagining,
enough.
Imagining a highway on that side. That's all. It's just there's like
Right.
the raised L train
that very well could be, yeah.
over there,
right?
so it's fine. But I agree. But yes, so the cool thing about the tangential ideas and gaming stuff is 3D printing has come a really long way. That I played around with. It's still kind of a hobby-esque, but there's a couple out there that you can get. I put it on my Christmas list. The Bamboo Labs A1, I think. They're kind of intro, good medium size thing, which would fit Sanctum Sanctorum and that. So you can print out bigger stuff. Unlike this ship, where I have to print out multiple
3 pieces.
sizes because I can't quite figure out how to merge them exactly. This might fit, barely. But more importantly, I got the engine. But
Oh, is that the full size one?
this is the full size one. It
I
just
can see
finished
it.
this morning. It's covered in all the supports and stuff.
see
Maybe
the
we'll get
little runes.
maybe we'll get a picture of it on there. But for those listening at home, like the idea of being able to 3D yes, as you hear Paul cracking the supports off of the
I was just
plastic.
flicking it, but yeah. I kind of want to, but I know that that's bad radio.
Oh, that's fine. I am of the opinion that, and we talked about it a
One
little
of
bit
my
last
favorite
night.
parts about 3D printing.
Right? Is terrain on a table. I know Marvel Crisis Protocol used to have kind of guidelines or ideas for amount of terrain.
Right.
Somewhere, because I remember seeing like, oh, you only want 1 or 2 pieces, size 2, and 1 or 2
it's in the
pieces,
rule
size
book.
3. So I pick up a piece of terrain here, the Daily Bugle building, and it's a size 3. And I'm like, I want more than that.
Not the Daily Bugle building, the Daily Bugle newsstand.
Yeah, the newsstand, not the building, but the newsstand. And there's a couple other size 3s, you know, Fisk's Construction Shop. This one, which is 3D printed. If I remember right. Yes. So all of these are like size 3s, which are like 2 inches by 5 or 6 inches, whatever. Not that big, but I want more. Yes, crack away, dude.
I'm doing it.
There's no judgment. I feel like the world of Marvel Crisis Protocol, when you play the game, it is more immersive when there's a little bit more scenery on there.
Right.
I've played a few games where it's the minimum amount or recommended amount, because I get
Right.
it. If you have Magneto on the table, he's going to be throwing so much stuff and destroying so much stuff.
I mean, it empowers whatever characters do interact with the terrain.
Right.
And there's a few of them like Hulk and Magneto.
Oh, yeah.
Where the more terrain you have, the more powerful they are.
They can throw everything. And if your characters have the ability to throw stuff, which is not a lot, and there are usually size restrictions, but being able to throw the police car or the building, for the love of Pete, at somebody, I think is so cinematic and so representative of the game. That's what I'm like, yes, you need, because I love your setup here. You got like 5 or 6 cars. There's a semi crashed into a building.
5 or 6? You want to count again?
Okay, I can't see the whole board, but I'm like,
just looking down one of the 4 streets.
The main street.
There's at least 5 cars on that one street.
See, perfect.
Plus another 3 over here.
Yeah.
And I see 2 more over on that far street.
Yeah, in the little parking lot. Nudge, nudge.
So, there's one more over there. So yeah, there's probably about 10 cars on this.
Yes, because like, again, kind of recreating the comic books, recreating those movies. Like my thing is what is it? When Ebony Maw is going down the street and fighting, I think Doctor Strange and
Iron Man.
and there's cars and stuff and things are getting thrown around. That's kind of what I love about MCP, right?
Yeah,
like being able to throw stuff around and having that moment. It is scary to be on the receiving end. It really sucks.
Have you been?
Oh, I have been. I have been there. I have got the receipt and returned it because that car hit me in the face. But it's fun. I think it's really, really cool. But to kind of like wrap around, the terrain that you get from Atomic Mass Games is so tight. It is so like gorgeous. It is well designed, well done.
It's all crisp. It's all
very
clean.
Crisp. And with the new it used to be the 3D printing was close to that. Some of the buildings here are from like, I was like, oh, I didn't need this part here. Paul, you can have some to spread the love.
This didn't print quite to my satisfaction.
Right. Or I printed another one because
it was slightly the wrong scale.
And you're like, I'll take it.
Yeah.
But it's still good. The 3D printing now is become really, really, really close to the ability of mimicking the molded 3D, plastic stuff, which is great. So for Daggerheart, I know we wouldn't ever talk about Daggerheart again. Sorry. I know you guys are all like, if he says Daggerheart one more time. So in Daggerheart, we have like airships that are powered by like magical crystal radiative power of stuff like that. We're still exploring, which is fun. I love the accoutrements of gaming too, the dice, the figures, the minis, 3D printing. So I took it upon myself to bring in and print up a cool ass boat that we would use. And I was printing up like an engine. And so Paul and I were like, where does it go? How does it work? What should we do? And
would the controls be facing the front of the ship?
Right.
Or would they be facing the back? Would the engine be in the back of the ship and the controls face, obviously the engine?
Right. Kind of like the Enterprise thing, like engineering is down toward the engine, so it's closer. Or does it need to be, in the middle? It's
a little bit too low.
A little, I know. It's
like
not perfect.
2 millimeters too low.
Paul's getting out his micro nanometer measuring tools. Chris, this
That's
is
just my engineering brain that I was born
it's
with.
imperfect. Well, it's got to be able to fit underneath the top or the middle layer.
Right.
So I didn't want it to be too close. I wanted it to be close, but not too close.
Yeah.
But yeah. So in essence, I went online and did some research and just looked at a bunch of 3D printable models of steampunk style airships, Spelljammer style ships that people have, and I found a couple on the website, which I'm
Thingiverse?
forgetting. It wasn't Thingiverse. I think it was my. Is it My Minis?
Okay.
Oh God, is that the name of it? Sorry, folks. You guys remember, like, post in the comments, whatever. But it's like My Minis. It's a place where a lot of 3D printing people put their wares up to buy to become memberships or something like that. So the people who made this ship, I was like, that looks pretty cool. The first one I printed was huge. It was like the size of a play mat, like a Magic Say. It was way too big. I was like, that's awesome. That's like the bad guy ship.
Yeah, right.
Oh, dang. So I found this model, which is kind of cool. Mix of wood, mix of metal.
You guys have more of a schooner.
Right.
Schooner is a sailboat, stupid.
Yeah, come on, man. It's a boat. It's not a ship. Oh, wait. So yes, we talked about it last night. I'm sure whoever's rolling their eyes like, well, what if it's here? And if the stairs are here? If the killer stairs, and everybody remembers the stairs of doom.
Right. We did talk about the stairs
Where
of doom.
would the stairs of doom be? But yes, so I think this looks cool. I'll try to see if I can get some pictures and either put it on my Instagram or put it in the Discord of the ship. But like I said, something quick and easy to put together and make. And I'm revisiting both the joys and pain of painting scenery. Because we all love painting the minis.
Yeah, this thing's almost like it's probably 80% painted. I'm impressed.
Well, I don't know about 80%. It's mostly like so my thing, I don't know about used to be. A couple of the ones that I made for Marvel Crisis Protocol, like I made a bit, I really went into it. There's graffiti on it.
Yeah.
I did some transfers. I did like the painting. It looks really good in my humble opinion. But now I'm like, that took me forever.
Yeah, right. It's worth it once it's finally on the table.
It is. But I'm also like, so what if so here's my goal for this.
What if I
want to do a coat of spray paint,
Uh-huh.
a wash, and a dry, and that's it. And a dry, maybe a dry
Right.
brush.
Yeah,
Just-
that's what most people recommend for
Just
terrain.
keep it simple. And I've experienced the fact that this color of spray paint, so I try not to use the fancy schmancy stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Just go to your local hardware store, your Ace, Home Despot or whatever. And I got some really cool wood tones and metal, but they are satin finished. And I keep forgetting that Nights in White satin finish sucks to hold paint.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, oh, this would be great because I got a silver spray paint and a kind of wood tone spray paint. Perfect. Do a little tape, make it look nice. And then I'm like, oh, I'm going to paint some of this gold. And it's not even. What are you doing? Like I would literally watch it just go, like separate into an alien goo, not stick where it's supposed to.
Right.
So I did like 2, 3. I'm like, God.
So you almost have to rebase it.
So for fair warning out there, if you do that and it is a satin finish, get it. It's great color, but then pick up a matte, like a spray paint of matte, clear matte covering. Because the one, which one? I think
like
this
a varnish.
Yeah, matte varnish. I think. Let's see. Is this one? This piece, the other piece, the tall butt, the poop deck. You could see it's just slightly shiny, right?
Right.
So it's satiny. This will, like, if I put a wash on this, it would just look. It would coffee stain and split everywhere. So spraying it with a matte varnish to unify its, what do you call it? The surface tension, the way the paint would interact with it. And I did that and I'm like, oh my God, that's so much better. I was like, Corey heard me yelling from down the hall. I was like, what? What is happening? She's like, what's wrong? The paint is not working. So yes. So as a safety tip, a 411, if you guys do 3D print stuff out, keep it simple. If the spray paint is anything but matte, which a lot of the cool colors are, like for example, the metal is kind of one of those hammered, quote unquote, like hammered speckle. It's supposed to give a little 3D-ness or like texture. Mm-hmm. It's all going to be glossy or satin. So pick yourself up a can of the matte varnish, give it a whirl over the model, and you will be so much happier with how any of the wash goes on, because I use some of those homemade washes. Because the first scenery, I'm like, I'm not going to spend $40 on 4 pots of black wash, because that's how much you go through like one piece. I'm just going to do this. Make it easy. Make a homemade black wash.
Keep it simple,
Keep it simple, stupid. So spray paint, I'm using 1 or 2 colors, but spray paint, a wash, and then a dry brush. Walk away. That's it.
Yeah.
No LEDs. Well, maybe. I don't know. The engine might get into this model. This engine is, I have to say, super cool. Like in the printer, I combined 2 models. I sliced it and kind of shoved it together. So it looks like there's like a little extension where the power crystals would live. So you're not like inside the radiation bubble. And I know I want it to look good because it's going to be on the table a lot.
Yeah.
And I think I forgot to share like a picture of the full model. And maybe I'll try to put that in the Discord in the podcast, or share it with Mike and company, and they can post it, and so we can show them, what we're doing for our games, and like give all you lovely listeners, all you dudes and dudettes out there, ideas of what you can do if you have your own 3D printer or if you have access to one. Because this whole thing, so far, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces. Each piece averaged out to be like $1.50 worth of filament.
Yeah.
So filament's inexpensive, but then the time, like you're trading off the time to put into painting, priming, painting, all that stuff.
And inevitably, like we have at least one piece in there that like didn't print correctly.
My 3D printer just went meh. And
you like you said, you printed out the one piece that was like way too big.
Right.
So you'll go through a little bit of extra stuff, just trying to figure out the process, both you and the printer figuring out what you're trying to print. But at the end, even if you waste, 3 prints for that kind of stuff, you're still...
Yeah, I think this engine I printed it...
coming out ahead.
The first time was too big, like total Goldilocks. Too big, next time too small. This one, I think, just right. And again, I think it was like $2 worth of this because it's small. But this one took...
Honestly, I think that might be too small.
Well, we could... shut up.
Because if you grab one of the minis from behind you?
Okay, hold on.
Does it fit in the center? Can
Okay,
somebody get in there and pilot?
Well,
Can somebody get in there and pilot, Chris? I don't think that's how you would stand in there. I don't think you'd stand on top of the controls.
All right, that's fine. Wait, hold on. There we go.
Oh my goodness!
I lifted it up and slid the base underneath. It'll work as long as it's in there. But yeah, that was a concern of mine. Like how close do we need to get it?
I mean, it's really not important. Like we can do that. We can set it on top.
But this thing took 12 hours to print.
Right.
Because I printed it on I tried to experiment with the smaller nozzle and the highest print setting, because there's little fiddly details, like we're saying. There's little cubes with runes in it that could be the magic of the world, controlling the energies of these crystals. Like, how do we...
Yeah, because you mentioned steampunk before. We wanted we wanted the world to be steampunk-esque.
Right, yeah.
But more leaning to the fantasy side of steampunk than the mechanical side of steampunk.
Right.
That most steampunk leans more toward the mechanical.
Yeah.
So we wanted, we've talked about this. We wanted a world that was both science fiction feeling as well as fantasy feeling.
Yeah.
And it's real easy to let the science fiction take over the fantasy.
It is very
easy. I think accentuating the fantasy as much as possible.
Yeah. Like sort of
goes a long way.
Shadowrun, I think, is one of the classic cyberpunk meets fantasy meets whatever. Like that level of don't forget this fantasy. Sci-fi's up there, but there's little fantasy.
There's still fantasy.
It's the delicious chocolate crunch of sci-fi with a nougat of fantasy.
Wow.
Right?
Wow.
But yes, that was my concern, making sure that it wasn't too big or too small. But we can always reprint it, whatever, once we get the ship done. But my goal is to have this finished for our next session.
Which
if
is
not
3 weeks away.
Right. So on the counting. Maybe
2
not
weeks? No, 2 weeks away.
2 weeks away. So hopefully fully together and at least base coated.
Yeah.
So we have something to play around with and, a little centerpiece, because I think it's fun. I think one of the things we did talk about.
And then you need to get work on the docks. 'Cause you guys are
Space
going
docks.
No,
floating-
it's a port
Regular
town.
port town. They do have those things, dude. Trust me. Oh,
Yeah.
of course. They're like,
Come on, Chris. We need them for next session.
oh, no, the.
I'll need also about 30 crates.
Okay. No, I got plenty of crates. I got some really good barrels and crates that are coming, so don't fret about that. I don't know if it was the same person, designers who did this, but there was one that's like, oh, here's a cool ship, and then the dock, and I was like, I have to look away. I have to move on because I was also like, I can buy it for $12. It's
Do not tempt me.
That's right. I was so close to be like, so what are you printing? And I'm like, everything. I'm just printing everything. And it also reminds me of the like my ideas for Marvel Crisis Protocol. I think it's called Corvus Games.
Corvus Games.
Corvus Games. No, just Corvus Games, or it's not Corvus Belly. It's Corvus Games or Corvus Terrain. Some of the 3D printed scenery that we have here is from them. They make great 3D printable scenery for Warhammer, Sigmar, Marvel Crisis, Infinity, like tabletop stuff. It's gorgeous. They have a subway set.
Ooh.
Which
I think you've told me about this before.
Which looks fantastic. I probably have. And while I was printing this out, I came across the 4 pieces that I've printed out that are just sitting there going, Chris, what about us?
What about us?
Can you print it? Like,
We're still here.
you guys, you're playing Marvel Crisis Protocol again.
Can you?
But it's like a 2-track New York subway with a ticket booth and a little newsstand.
Chris,
it's just, oh my
Chris.
God, it's so gorgeous.
Print the columns, and we can have the L line running over the street.
Oh, they have an elevated one.
Yeah.
Oh, it's
Let's do
just so bad. So
Let's do
here's
it. Hey,
my-
or here's something that you could do. Fix my 3D printer for me because I'm too stupid to do it.
Oh, well, what kind is it? Do you know? Do you remember?
An Ender.
Ender one?
Ender
Oh, yeah.
3, Ender 5.
Yeah. If the 5 is kind of biggish.
Yeah,
and the
it's a
3
big
is
one.
the medium size.
It's a big one. So I think it's the 5.
Yeah. That Mike had one of those too.
Yeah, that's where I got it.
Oh, there you go.
Traded mics and stuff for it. Yeah.
I think I printed out a couple of things on that. Well, one day we'll see. Well, maybe we'll spend a Sunday.
I mean, I'll 3D print till the cows come home.
Yeah. Oh, dude, it is so.
I have filament like waiting. And I've just never been able. I've done exactly one successful print on that thing.
Yeah.
And I just can't figure it out. Now it stores magic cards.
Well, there's that. So we can play around with that. I've got a couple of 3D printers, sadly, so I've been using them all for this project. The one that I got recently, the Bamboo Labs one, there's other ones out there, I'm sure, but I think is one of the few that they have really tried to make it accessible that you don't have to tinker with it the whole time. If you're a person who likes to build PC computers, go in there and I want to swap everything out and buy a motherboard and all that stuff and put it together.
Right.
Like there are 3D printers for that. Like you can tinker town to your heart's content.
Yeah.
The Bamboo Labs one, they're like, we've got a lot of good options. Bed leveling is kind of included. It does it automatically. There's this and that sensors if you run out of filament. So they've taken all the stuff that people have been putting in there. Like, we'll just put it in there.
Yeah.
Like, just put it in the thing. The amazing thing is changing the nozzle. So in a 3D printer, you got the filament that goes through an extruder, it heats it up, and it squeezes it through a nozzle. It made the nozzle exchange, like I pop open the front of it, and it's magnetized. I just pop it off, and I pop a new one on.
That's pretty cool.
It is, because doing the Ender and the other one, I was like, this is a pain.
Yeah.
They're like, hey, hold my beer. We're just going to make it a little clasp magnetized. And I'm like, this is so awesome. This is great. So, not to say Ender's not too bad, but you could trade it. Maybe it's because I'm thinking, if I sell my other printer or two, won't get a lot for it.
I
but
love magnets.
Just go in there and get another. If I had 2 A1s, dude, yes, it would be coming out the door like the Blob. I'd be like, so many 3D printing things. Because I was like, if I 3D print the subway for New York.
You mean the L line?
The L line or whatever it
The
is.
elevated.
No, not the, but it's a subway. So it's a subway
I
station.
don't know if it's the L line. I've never been to New York. I might be saying
L-
things that are wrong.
So the L is Chicago because it's elevated. Most part.
Right. That's why I thought it might be the L line for
They have
New York.
I'm sure there's some that are elevated in New York, but the subway in New York, and then like I was thinking of like if you had a table the size, part one is played on the cities, and then if you go down a subway entrance, you go down into the subway on the other side of the table. Yeah, that's going into like actual D&D, like Warhammer level.
I mean,
adventuring.
you've been wanting me to test my Ninja Turtles.
See,
you need a subway. I need a subway if we're going to do this.
Okay. All right, Paul, the gauntlet has been thrown, dude. I don't know if you've talked about this or not. We have mentioned it, but I know looking around, we are surrounded by your games because we're in your garage,
and you
have
a box is right next to me.
You have a plethora of Teenage Mutant Ninja paraphernalia, which is fantastic.
Yeah, Mike got me this really cool painting, one of a kind.
That is awesome
for my birthday. So rad.
So you're a fan of?
I'm a huge fan of the Ninja Turtles.
Right.
Like if it's Ninja Turtles,
really, yeah. Shut
up and take my money. So one of the first things I did when I got into Crisis Protocol, was I was like, this would really work well for Turtles, and I've got a couple cool ideas that I think would work. So I did all 4 Turtles, and then I also did Rocksteady, Shredder, a Foot Soldier, and Bebop. I made them all pointed. The point values to be, I think it was 17 because I think that was the most common.
17 is like the average, like the most common and average point value of a Crisis.
No, it was 14. I did 14.
Oh, 14.
14 is the low one. So
if you do those guys as 14, you have a chance to maybe you know, drop a 1 or 2 extras in, right?
Right.
Yeah.
And I mean, originally the plan, and eventually the plan is like, no, we're gonna throw in, April, Splinter,
right, yeah,
Krang,
yes,
and we're gonna get the whole roster, and then we can build full teams.
Yeah,
but so like I did Michelangelo's a 3-point hero, and I gave him his nunchuck ability, and I made sure all the strengths and I looked at all of the 3-point characters that were out at that time. And I looked at okay, what is the strength of their
what's
attacks?
the average of their attack, their builder, their spender, stuff like that. Yeah.
And what are some of the common things that we see in builders? So like his nunchaku ability is after this attack is resolved, the character gains power equal to the damage dealt. It's bog standard for a melee ability. I did give it range 3 instead of range 2.
Okay.
Because it's on the chain. But that was kind of
okay,
cute.
we could play around with that. But yeah.
And then on a wild, he stuns. He knocks you on the head, right? Because it's a nunchuck.
Yeah.
And then I gave him the ability Cowabunga is his spender. Cowabunga is a 2 range, 7 strength, costs 3 power to use.
Yeah.
During the modify attack dice step, you may reroll 1 attack die for each other allied character within range 2. And then on a crit and wild,
so it
has
double
momentum.
Double trigger.
Choose another enemy character within 2 of the target character. Place this character within 1 of the chosen character. The chosen character suffers a collision as if this character was thrown into them. So the idea was a lot of times when you see video games and board game adaptations of Michelangelo, he kind of bounces around.
Yes.
A lot.
Yeah.
He moves around a lot on the battlefield. And so I kind of wanted to give him a little bit of that momentum kind of flavor. Also, he does a lot of the whirlwind stuff with his nunchucks. So having him be able to hit multiple characters, I felt was appropriate. He has the superpower Party Dude. And after an attack targeting this character is resolved, it may use this superpower. This character is thrown S. If this character collides with another character or terrain feature, this character does not suffer wounds. The superpower may only be used once per turn. So he's got a reactive, momentum type thing. Hit and run is a bog standard ability. Again, keeping with the movement
Yep.
theme.
No, that's good. That's a good theme for that character. Yeah.
And I gave them all martial artist and wall crawler because they're all
they're
ninjas.
Ninjas. Now, martial artist, is that where they can't be a target of attack outside of range 3?
No,
or
that's
something like
stealth.
That? Is it?
I
Okay.
did give Leonardo stealth because he's.
Yep.
Oh, and Donatello has stealth as well. But Michelangelo and Raphael are the loud ones.
Yes.
So they're not really particularly
Which one's the one in the
conscious.
red mask? Is that?
That's Raphael.
Okay, yeah, he's.
Oh my
yeah.
God.
So, hey, my
martial
team-
artist is when this character is defending against a melee, a physical or energy attack targeting it from within range 2.
Mm-hmm.
It adds blanks to its defense roll total
Okay.
successes.
That's good. Because there's was it Black Widow that has something like that? There's a couple of characters that have that ability, which is cool.
Yeah, Black Widow has it. Daredevil has
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
yeah. The
good.
martial artists
Right.
have it.
There you go.
So one of the other things I did for all of the turtles, because
Mm-hmm.
I wanted them to really feel like the key thing about the turtles is they're a team, right?
right.
They work together.
Right.
So all of them have a superpower or attack that references if there's a friendly unit within 2 of them,
Right.
they get a bonus of
Right.
some kind. So that was in his cowabunga move.
Yeah.
Right.
Because if I remember, like in all the comics and the movies, they very rarely go solo.
Right.
There's almost always all 4 of them together,
Right.
in the attack or in the adventure, whatever
Yeah.
it is.
If
so
they're
that's-
going solo, it's usually because when they got into an argument, Raphael went off, needed to blow some steam.
right, exactly. They got the wrong pizza.
Yeah, exactly. So
No, that's. I mean, and we showed this earlier ages ago when we were playing more MCP.
yeah, this is on the Discord
Yeah.
for sure.
I know, like looking through these cards and the way the characters, I thought you did a pretty darn cool job of creating of what Atomic Mass Games is trying to do, about creating the vibe and feel of a Marvel moment, right?
At least at the time, this
Yeah.
was right when they announced the redesign of the character cards. So
Yes.
these are the new character
Yep,
cards. Newer. They've actually redesigned the character cards again a
Yeah.
second time. So this is the version 2.
Right.
The only difference between version 1 and 2 is just like the way the art
Yep.
is on the
Yep.
side.
No, because the original ones are in horizontal,
Yeah.
and the new ones are like landscape, like portrait versus landscape.
Right.
Which took me a second to really kind of get around and used to, but I think the landscape one, I think there's more room for the words.
Yeah.
Frankly, like it's a little bit bigger font. I don't have problem reading most of it. I can read most
As long
of
as
it.
we put on or take off our glasses.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
In your case, put them on. In my
right.
case, take them off. Yeah.
That's right, folks. But I got to put on my peepers to read
Yeah,
the game.
Chris is sitting here looking at me. I've got my glasses up on my forehead, and I've got the card about 2 inches away from my face so I can read
And
it.
if I was looking at it, I had to get my readers on because I'm like,
And you'd have to hold it out here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so good. But again, like one of the things that I loved about that was you really like, I really love this. And I do feel like Marvel Crisis Protocol could be just Crisis Protocol. So there's Marvel
Yeah, it really
Crisis,
could.
there's Teenage Mutant Ninja Crisis. I don't know
DC
if
Crisis.
I don't know if DC maybe if you're the license. I don't
Isn't
know.
that a storyline in
Well,
the
there
DC
is.
universe?
Well, Crisis on Infinite Earths is
Yeah.
the big storyline. They did a huge crossover with Marvel and DC ages ago, where Wolverine and Batman merged into like.
Oh, they still do that.
Batclaw
There
or
was
something?
the cartoon recently that came out of Batman and the Ninja Turtles.
What?
It's
Oh, yes,
on.
there's always.
It's on Amazon.
Oh my gosh, I gotta check that
It's
out.
not bad.
Okay,
It's not great.
right, but
It's weirdly adult. Like
well,
weirdly.
you're like, gosh, do I need an adult watching this?
Why am I watching a show about mutant Ninja Turtles
Right.
teaming up with Batman and there's blood and cursing and
Well, when Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles originally came out, the black and white comics, it wasn't exactly.
oh no.
It was definitely like.
Yeah.
I almost was like, this is almost like The Crow. Like this is some strong Ninja Turtle. They're not hanging around
Yeah,
eating
it was
pizza.
very serious,
very
very dark.
serious, and very
Yep.
dark. I don't disagree with the shift of tone. Kind of like that. Obviously, it has expanded, and many kids and us big kids as well love Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles now.
I mean, I can, do we want to spend an entire episode talking about
we could
the
do one.
dichotomy of the Ninja Turtles and the differences in the different shows and which ones best encapsulate what type of,
All right. Yes, we will, because what we're going to do is we're going to play a game with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and then the next episode we can talk about how the game worked, how we thought changes to do, and we can have some fun talking about TMNT. I would love to do that.
The only thing I haven't
would educate
done,
me we watched a few. Cal and I did watch a few and enjoyed it. I couldn't tell you which ones they are offhand, but yeah,
I didn't do wounded versions of the characters.
they just die.
No, it was the intention is you just flip them over because a lot of the Marvel Crisis Protocol characters, the flip side is the same as the front side. Yeah,
usually maybe one less stamina,
right.
Maybe one of the power, the abilities changes due to them being injured. But for the most part, they are.
I wanted to do a thing with Raph where when he's, what I really wanted to do with Raph, and I didn't do it on this version because I only did the one side, but I wanted him to have like no team up ability, where all the other turtles care about the turtles being close together.
Yeah.
He doesn't.
Yeah.
He goes off on his own. But then when he's wounded, he learns from his mistakes and he comes back to the brothers and he gains a team up ability.
Check out, what is it? It is, I want to say it's the Weapon X Logan, because he has an ability that you might be able to infer from. Like if he is more than 3 away from a fellow, a friendly unit, he gets an ability. But if he's closer than that, he kind of gets pissed off.
Yeah.
So take a look at that. I think Logan might be like, oh, there's a cool little twist. Like that one might push him a little, like he needs to be alone for a little bit and then he can come back. Yeah. No, I think it's great. Like
2 might be too short for these guys. I don't know.
To what?
Within range 2 for their team up abilities? I don't know.
I would have to
3's a lot in this game.
3 is a lot. Range 2 is not too bad.
Yeah.
Actually, because I don't think it would be range 1. Because range
2 is considered melee range.
Yeah.
In this game, range 1 is considered touching.
Yeah.
Which is weird, coming from like D&D and such.
Right.
But yeah, range 2 basically means that they're side by side.
Yeah.
And they're rarely depicted as being side by side, just more in a group. So I think range 3 would be more appropriate. Maybe
you can play around. You can make one of them range 3, one range
yeah.
So maybe
I mean, obviously, I need to test it.
Yeah. Oh well, we're gonna test this.
Is what needs to happen.
So I have. I'm going to do a little spoiler here, since it's been. Oh God, I think it's been like years, and the box is still sitting on my desk. So I got. And sorry, like I don't know if I've told you this. I bought the Arnim Zola model.
Oh yeah.
And I was going to try to turn him into
Krang.
Because the little space where Arnim Zola's face sits would be perfect to get a little brain in there.
Sure would.
And I think that would be really cool. And he's not a small thing. If I remember right in the thing, he's biggish. But I think it would be a
so it depends on which variation of Krang you're looking at.
Yeah. Well, Marvel Crisis.
And for those that don't know, again, depending on the storyline, Krang is a brain-looking villain from the 1980s cartoon. He is actually of the Utrom race, and the Utrom were one of the main villains in the original black and white comic books. They're an alien race, and they come from Dimension X, and they're trying to take over the world, etc. And so in the 80s cartoon, which prominently featured Krang as one of the primary villains, he and Shredder were constantly
those are the main
together.
2 that I remember.
Those were the 2 main villains, he had a bodysuit that looked like just a big wrestler dude in overalls and underwear. And then the brain of Krang would sit inside of his stomach.
Yeah.
And that suit featured a few different abilities. Rocket fists. It featured... What was the other thing? The big thing, the big ability that they feature mostly in the arcade games is that it can change size at will. And when I say change size, I'm not talking like, the Miss Marvel miniature where you have a normal size miniature and then you have a tall miniature.
Right. Or like Ant-Man where you got a mini and a
Yeah,
regular.
the little tiny one and then the regular one. No, this is like a 8-foot tall dude becomes the bigger than the Statue of Liberty.
Oh my God. I don't remember that.
Yeah.
That might be hard to replicate on the table. But one of the things that I mean, there's 3D printing.
He becomes
right?
size 5 for a turn.
Right. What I've always thought would be fun, 2 things on that is I think Marvel Crisis Protocol and Atomic Mass Dames really tries to capture a character. This is when they talk about is like, this isn't the version of Spider-Man. It's from Amazing Spider-Man issue 42 when he did this and this and had this moment, this emotional battle, or it's, Miles Morales, right? It's a snapshot. And that's why, and I'm not complaining, that's why there's a couple of Wolverines out there. And I'm like, yes, I want more Wolverines.
They announced a new Miles Morales is coming out, and I'm like all over it. I want that
they
so
got
bad.
Spider-Man Noir, Spider-Ham, and
they
Silk.
do, unfortunately. I'm not a big fan of the goofy parts of the Spider Universe. I appreciate it, but it's like it doesn't move me.
Right.
Miles Morales, I like because obviously it's a really cool character.
Yeah.
And he's more of a mainline type thing.
Absolutely. No. Him. He's definitely.
And he's similar to Peter Parker, but he's distinct enough that they feel.
Well, that's one of the cool things they did in the movies, where every character has they all share like this origin, this Spider-Man seed, as it were, and how they grow in the different universes, so they all can identify and connect with each other, which I thought was really cool thing. And I love the fact that there was like 4 billion Spider-Men in this. What was it, Across the Spider-Verse?
That was Across the Spider-Verse.
Yes, I love
Into the Spider-Verse was the first one,
and then Across the
and
Spider-Verse.
then Across was the second.
I
one.
love the sequence where it's like, of course, you see the Spider-Man meme. You get all these weird spider folk. I'm like, that's cool.
Have you heard of a? There's an up and coming trading card game, Magic the Gathering.
I heard it's. I
you're
heard
gonna
it's
get
popular.
all the Spider-Mans in that game in about a week.
Yeah. It does pop up on my feed. Hey, Spider-Man Magic. I'm like, oh.
Yeah, it's a thing that's happening.
Are you going to get some of that, or is it?
So I'm assuming it's going to be similar to Final Fantasy, where a couple of things are going to happen that's going to limit my intake of it. One, everyone in Magic right now is feeling product fatigue. They are releasing.
Yeah,
they're releasing a new product about every other month.
Yeah. It's crazy. Even I'm noticing, and I don't play Magic, but I'm noticing like, a new Magic.
Yep, it's a lot. It's a lot to keep up with. It's a lot to digest.
Yeah.
You don't have enough time to really play and enjoy the characters.
You change your deck a little bit, but then the new set's already out, and you've only got like maybe a couple of games in, depending on how busy you are. Obviously,
yeah. I mean, if you're lucky, right? Yeah. So it's just too much. So that I'm already tired, and I don't. As much as I love Spider-Man, I don't love the idea of forcing Spider-Man into Magic. I love what they've done with some of the design.
Right.
There's one card in particular that I'm going to get it. I'm going to find one,
right,
and I'm going to get it because I have a deck that's perfect for it. It's J. Jonah Jameson.
Yeah.
He's a mono red. I think he's 3 mana, 2 and a red. For a creature, I think he's like a 1/3 or something. He's not really built for attacking. But he says at the beginning of combat on your turn, or no, when he enters the battlefield, you suspect a creature. At the beginning of combat, a creature gets menace, and then creatures with menace have haste or something to that effect.
Okay.
I might be mixing things up or be off.
One of the other things I thought of is a toy company used to do that for the figurines. They would buy you. Let's say you bought the Wolverine action figure, but they always had they had a piece of Galactus in there. Like this guy had the foot, this guy had the arm, this guy had the chest. So I'm thinking if and when they get bigger models, which I thought what they do with the Sentinels, because Sentinels are supposed to be pretty dang massive.
Right.
I'm going to get this box of these mutants, but it comes with a piece of him. And you're like, As a business model, like, it would be a little crazy. Now I have to buy these figures that I might not want.
That might not work for Matt for a trade.
But if I get like
miniatures game,
but if I get 4 of the boxes and then the chest and head are its own thing, I've got this. Frankly, like I do wish the Sentinels were like as big as like this medium mug, like at least like towering over stuff. Because I 3D printed a couple just because. And I was like, I want them to be a little bit bigger, but they are what they are, and the sculpts and the models are, of course, gorgeous.
At the end of the day, it is a game first.
It is a game. That is correct.
J. Jonah Jameson, 3 mana, 2/2, human citizen. When J. Jonah Jameson enters, suspect up to 1 target creature, and whenever a creature you control with menace attacks, create a treasure token. So I love the design. Sometimes they just nail these designs. So suspecting a creature, both flavorful means I suspect you, right?
Yeah.
Which is something that he's
all over
constantly
that.
doing.
Yes.
It also gives a creature menace and it can't block. So you get to say, that guy there, he's a menace.
Yeah.
And then
Hey, that guy's Spider-Man.
And then when Spider-Man goes into, he's a menace. Mm-hmm. Spider-Man's a menace, but we're gonna take advantage of that. And we're gonna get paid for it. Making a treasure token.
That's great.
It's fantastic design. It's definitely my favorite design of the set. So I'm exhausted. It's a lot, and also I am a Spider-Man fan. Mm-hmm. I like Spider-Man a lot. I like the comics. I own several of the comic runs. Like I have almost all of the beginning of the Ultimate Spider-Man series.
Oh, okay.
When it was still Peter Parker.
Yeah.
Before it switched to Miles. And I love that stuff, but forcing Spider-Man or any other character into a game that it's not necessarily designed for feels off. Mm-hmm. And then on top of that, one of the things that, I treasure about Magic is, up until recently, it's always been like this fantastical, it's its own world. Mm-hmm. It's very high fantasy, but with a little bit of sci-fi here and there and a little bit of this. It kind of pulls from a lot of different stuff, but for the most part, it took itself seriously.
Yeah.
And it was constantly creating interesting stories. And so last year they started doing meme sets where instead of doing they were still in their own world, but now we're going to a plane and everyone's wearing detective hats and doing noir. And then we go to another plane and there's race cars and there's a Jeep Wrangler and there's we go to a different plane and everyone's wearing cowboy boots. All the villains for some reason are found in this plane throughout Magic's history, and they're all wearing cowboy boots and cowboy hats.
It's like a Western.
It's Western themed. And so that's like, it feels out of place. Like a lot of us come to Magic because it's this rich, diverse world. Wizards has done a good job at taking that feedback, and I've seen like this new set that just came out, in-universe set, is a space set. It's the first time we've ever gone to space in Magic in an inter-universe set.
Yeah.
And so there's spacecraft and there's, stars and aliens and all these things. And I think what was originally probably going to be the design for it was going to be a bunch of silly, science fiction nonsense. But after taking the feedback from those earlier sets, a year ago, 2 years ago, they dialed it back and it feels fantastical. It feels like it belongs in the universe, even though it's in space and there's spacecraft.
Right.
They did it in a way that feels reverent of the stuff that came before.
Well, still connected to that high fantasy style and vibe.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
It wasn't just, hey, let's take your favorite Magic characters and put cowboy hats on them. Right.
Let's put them in space.
Yeah.
Right.
It's not that at all. And I really love it for that.
Cool.
That set was a home run Some of the designs I don't love. I don't love the way spacecraft work. I need to play more with them, but I don't have freaking time because we're getting Spider-Man already.
Yeah.
So anyways, so there's that. And then the other issue that I'm going to have with Spider-Man, and I know this already, is like Final Fantasy, because it's an outside property, it's appealing to a broader audience.
Right.
And what we've seen, and we saw this in COVID with Pokemon, is influencers and online personalities are getting into the collecting side of the game. And that's bringing other people, they're influencing people to get into the collecting side. And so people are buying Magic the Gathering, they're buying the Final Fantasy set, they're buying the Fallout set, they're buying the Spider-Man set just to collect it, just to open it and try and pull that $100 card,
Right. Yeah.
or the fancy printing because they want it to sit in a binder, and they're not going to play with it. And so it was nearly impossible. I bought very, very little of the Final Fantasy set because we couldn't keep it in stock because everybody wanted it because they were Final Fantasy fans, or they all wanted it because they wanted the collector's pieces, or they all wanted it because it was hard to get.
Right.
I have a feeling Spider-Man's going to be kind of the same way.
Well, he's a big name.
He's a huge name. He's
Yeah.
the biggest name in Marvel. There's a reason they chose him to be the first
Marvel
real Marvel set.
Yeah.
We did have the
X-Men.
we did have an X-Men secret lair where you could get Wolverine, Storm, a couple non-X-Men, Black Panther, Captain America, Deadpool. I think that was it. That was it. They did a special, like, online only, or if you went to Comic-Con that year, you could get a hold of these cards, and it was those 5 new cards with a series of old cards that had art themed around that character.
Okay.
And mechanically worked well with the design of the card. And those were great.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I heard about it, I think, a day after it came out. Of course, it was all gone. I'm like, wait, I'm a big Wolverine fan. I would love to have that card framed on my little set there. I know. And I was
You mean you would love for me to build you a Wolverine deck and then you play Magic with me? That's what you're saying, right?
Okay, you're not wrong. I would probably, that would be the only way I would actually play a Magic. I said a Magic. Yes,
Magic.
I would play a Magic.
I would play a Magic.
It's nice. Now we play a Magic time. That might be the only way I play Magic. And not consistently, though, because it's... But I would, hey, you want to play Magic? Well, okay.
Yeah, I've got Wolverine.
I got Wolverine. Yeah. And that would be it. But I tried. I was like, it's coming out. It's going to be... It came out yesterday. It's
already.
But it was only 5 cards, and it was just a limited online thing.
It was
right.
It was 5 sets of like 5 cards each.
Okay,
but only one of the cards in each of those 5 sets was unique to that release.
Right.
That being said, like the next set, I think it's either X-Men or Avengers after Spider-Man when they do the next Marvel set. We're getting like 6 Marvel sets.
Oh, okay. I mean, they're no dummies. If you get the license, like, use it, right?
So Wolverine will get reprinted with different art, and it'll be there's probably gonna be like 10 different versions of Wolverine.
Oh, yeah, it's gonna be great.
Everybody loves Wolverine.
Like I said, I'm going to have them framed next to my comics.
So we'll be able to build you a Wolverine.
Yeah, all right. I'll do a Wolverine deck. I'll see what happens.
And when they release an Alia Sakura Commander or whatever it's called for Unlimited, I'll build a deck.
There you go.
She's up here. There she is, right there.
She's not a leader.
She's not.
She's a regular
one
unit.
Copy of her as just a regular unit.
Yeah.
But there's only one, and so
And you're like, not yet.
no, it's not enough.
yet.
I don't want 4 Alia Sakuras.
Yeah.
I want all of them.
Yeah. I want a leader.
Yep.
I want a young one. I want the old one. Yes, exactly.
No, she never got old. She was order 66, pretty
That's
young
true.
in her life.
That is true. She didn't even see 66. But if they come out when they came out with the Doctor Who stuff, I'm a fan of Doctor Who. I enjoy the stuff. I got the starter decks.
Yep.
I opened them up. I looked at them. This is kind of, and I put them aside. I'm like, these are
Yeah.
fun. Now it's the starter deck, so I didn't want to buy anything like a lot of the packs. I didn't need to do that.
No.
Because I don't want to. I like the collector part of me, really likes that stuff, but I didn't need to get a bunch of them. Like, I got the starter deck. I got the Tom Baker. Like,
I mean, I built
yay.
I built a Doctor Who deck. I have
Do, do, do.
I have two. I have two Doctor Who decks right now. One is a traditional deck where it's just a Doctor, the 13th Doctor, in the lead of the deck, and with her companion Yasmin Khan. But then all the cards in the deck are all just regular Magic cards.
Yeah.
It's just a deck built to be, I don't want to say good, but synergistic with the mechanics.
Right.
Yeah. But then I'd also built another deck that is, and this one's more of a joke deck. It's every Doctor, every version of every Doctor in the deck.
Okay.
The 14th Doctor is at the head of the deck, which is David Tennant's second run as the Doctor.
Yes. Yeah.
And then his companion, Rose Tyler. Or I'm sorry, no. Rose Noble. Donna Noble's daughter.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh. Yes. Okay.
And then it has every Doctor in it, and every card that's not a Doctor is only Doctor Who printings.
right.
So
The artwork is all Doctor.
So
So it's a Doctor Who themed deck.
It's a Doctor Who themed deck that's just it's wildly inconsistent because every Doctor is doing something different.
Yeah.
They're all like doing different strategies, and none of them. I can't say none of them work well together because
Most of them.
But it's like these three Doctors care about 1/1 counters. These three Doctors care about casting spells from exile.
Right.
These three Doctors care about timey-wimey stuff.
Love it.
And so
Love
it's
it.
like just kind of all over the place with different. These five Doctors care about artifacts. There's very little crossover between each of them, so it gets a little bit. The deck's not very good, but it's fun to sit down and just be like,
Feel it.
we're
But I'm
just
sure-
doing Doctor stuff.
I'm sure people look like, what are you playing? Like, I can't wrap my brain around, and you're like, neither can I, because I don't know what's going to happen next either.
And
And that's very Doctor Who-y, you know.
If I'm lucky, I'll get my Gallifrey Falls enchantment out, which says I get to put a Doctor into play from my hand. I think you search your library and graveyard for up to 6 Doctors.
Oh.
Put them into your hand, and then at the beginning of your upkeep, you put a Doctor into play. Then if you control 13 or more Doctors, you win the game.
You just win.
I just need 13
Oh
Doctors
my gosh.
for a 6 mana enchantment that triggers once per turn. It's never going to happen.
Right. No.
I'll
But it's
maybe
awesome.
pull off that win maybe once, but it's
Dude, I love it.
if I could go outside of the Doctor Who art restriction that I gave myself, then maybe I could pull it off like more consistently.
Right.
But
But that's half the fun.
half the fun.
It's
is-
like my Star Wars Unlimited Trench Run deck. It's like there's probably a few other cards out there that would work better, but do they fit within Luke's Trench Run?
Right.
Is it close to New Hope, or am I like? And then I have the Return of the Jedi one, like the fight around the Sarlacc pit version. You know, it's not going to be awesome because I'm like excluding cards technically, but the thematic feel of it, that's, you know, half the reason why I play it is like, I've made a Luke deck, yay! You know, and I'm going to get my Trench Run off a lot, shockingly enough. But that's its thing, and if it doesn't happen, the deck's kind of womp womp, which is what happened to me at the planetary qualifier that Funk had. This what was it? 2 weeks ago?
3 weeks ago,
3 weeks ago? Obviously,
maybe
that
2 weeks. I don't know.
dates the episode.
It's all
but
wibbly
yeah,
wobbly,
so, I mean,
timey-wimey stuff anyways.
I mean, so, you know, Funkatronic Rex had like 60 players playing Star Wars Unlimited there, and that shop was packed.
Yeah.
It
I
was
wanted to talk
awesome.
about that.
Oh yeah, well, hey, look at
Let's-
this little break, and then we can come back.
Yeah.
We've had a few. Like, you got some games in with Q with Marvel Crisis Protocol, right? We played Quacks, and where we left off right before the break is
what were
the
we
Planetary
talking
Qualifier.
That's right.
At the Funkatronic Rex.
Yeah, I want to talk about the planetary qualifier. I think that's a good thing to talk. We can talk about Quacks and Crisis Protocol.
Yeah. I
afterwards.
mean, we got a little time.
We've got all the time.
All the time.
We don't have to. We don't have to
Yeah.
stop for the
No,
shop.
this is going to be a 4-hour episode. The crazy thing was that weekend, like it's Labor Day weekend, we were thinking we'd go out of town.
Yeah,
Life
normally we'd have
happens.
10 minutes left.
Yes. Oh my gosh, it is already 11:30.
Yeah.
Goodness. We were thinking of going out of town, whatever, and the wife's like, let's do something. And of course, life happens. We didn't get plans. Kyle got a little sick, so we were like, there's a Star Wars Planetary Qualifier today. She's like, oh, well, you should go. Go play. And I'm like, well, I got to buy it. Like, there's tickets. It's a big thing. And she's like, oh, what? So I got the last seat. I was player 60 out of 60. Now, of course, there was a few no-shows and sick and whatever. People couldn't make it. But out of 60 slots, I got the last one. Yes! And it was great. Like, I have never seen Mike's shop so packed full of people, for one game. It's usually, he has his gatherings and get-togethers and parties. But for one game, all the tables were filled. Extra tables were brought in. Everything was labeled for seating and stuff like that. And I beforehand was like, I'm going to play around with this deck. I don't know which deck I'm going to play. I am, let's see, as a editorial note, like when you read comics, a little asterisk is going to pop up and the editorial thing at the bottom says, Chris is not a very competitive player and he usually doesn't make very good decks. So that's the, that's the editorial asterisk.
Now, did you consult with some of the community? Like, did you ask?
Oh, yeah. So, because usually Sundays is the game night, game day for Star Wars, and then Wednesdays is Twin Suns. A couple of Wednesdays I was go in and hang out because my writers group didn't fire, so I was like, I'll hang out here.
The Rough Riders, right?
Yeah. So I didn't go in there.
You ended up adopting that name.
Well, no, they haven't fully adopted.
Did you even bring it up in the minutes?
Oh, I totally did. Oh yeah, and they all looked at me like, "Shut the hell up, Rough Riders." Yes, there was like no. Oh, one of the guys who like action and Western stuff. He's like, no, almost. So I did go in and bring the two decks, the two ideas that I had. One was a Kit Fisto deck, which is fun. It's not very highly competitive. The other is the Luke Pilot Trench Run. Most of them thought that Luke Trench Run would have better chances with some tweaking and stuff like that. Now, right now, the meta of Star Wars Unlimited, from my, again, not very competitive eye and stuff like that, is there's a Kylo Ren deck, which is a beast. And then there's the usual. There's Sabine Wren, who's fast as hell.
Is that the Sabine Wren from like the first set?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Okay.
So she's still around and red.
But Boba got...
and there's a Boba got banned.
Got banned, yeah.
Yes. And another couple of cards did get banned.
Yeah. We don't like the little jelly balls.
No
that they
Boba.
put in
No
Boba.
Boba.
Yeah.
Do not get the Boba. I was working on the deck to particularly, hopefully, fight against or work better against, I should say.
Yeah.
The Kylo Ren, because Kylo Ren's trick is, when he's a leader, exhaust him and discard an upgrade from your hand, then draw a card. Right, so you can kind of hopefully cycle through your stuff. When he deploys at 7 resources, so that's turn 6.
Yeah.
When he deploys, play as many upgrades from your discard pile on Kylo Ren, paying their cost, and he comes out as a Sentinel, so you have to attack him. So if you played it right and you do it right, he comes out easily as a 10-10.
Gotcha.
Easily 10-10, 10-12 maybe. And then he has the ability, there's an upgrade where you do 2 damage to somebody, usually yourself, because you're at 10 health, to get an extra 2 attack. So he hits like a sledgehammer on that turn. So if you've not had the ability or opportunity to get a really good lead or set up your defense, he'll wipe you out. Man, it was tough. So with that in mind, I try to tweak around. I put some, there's a card called Restock. Pick 4 upgrades from your opponent's discard pile, put them back in the deck.
Nice.
I can do that. There's a unit that allows you to basically take the entire discard pile back to the bottom of the deck. So I'm like, all right, that one didn't quite fit because I'm more spacey, and that's a unit, right? A ground unit versus space, so it didn't quite fit in how I was.
But don't you want to have some ground units?
I do have some ground. So
defense?
pilots can go both ground or space. So there's a lot of that. So that allows me to hopefully, if I'm getting hosed in space, I can pivot and go to ground if I want to. And some, like the Luke Skywalker pilot, if he blows up in space, goes to the ground arena. So you can use him as a ground unit, which is kind of cool. Like, I love that. It's very much like Empire Strikes Back. It's awesome. So it was 6 rounds. So 4 rounds before dinner and 2 rounds after dinner of like the best of 3. Oh my God. My first game was against Kylo Ren, and I'm like, okay, I've got a chance. That's all I want. Yeah. I just want a chance.
You built for this.
Right.
You prepared for this.
I in the Rocky montage, I did not make it up to the steps all the time. I did run out of gas, so I was better than I would think I'd be, right?
Right.
So in Star Wars Unlimited, draw 6 cards. If they suck, you get a mulligan, and you're stuck with those 6 cards. First turn, you have 2 resources. My first hand, I got no units, which I'm like, who made this deck? Why does it suck? Where's my... So I'm like, they're in there, man. If I get my space units out, which help and do a lot of work, I can go both directions, ground or space, right? Didn't get any of them. So I mulligan. In my mulligan, I got no units under 4. So I didn't do anything the first turn.
Right.
Second turn, I resource. I draw. I didn't get a 3-cost unit. So for 2 turns, screwed. Like, and then with Kylo coming out, like, you really got to hit the ground running. And what'd I say? I said, you probably got this. Maybe we'll just play another hand or 2 and see if I have a chance. No, he removed. I played a unit removal, played a unit removal. So I'm like, it sucks. So we skipped ahead. Second game came close. Like, I think it was usually a good game is like, probably similar to the Magic. A good game is when it's like 1 action difference. Like, if I had been a better player, I'm not going to lie, if I'd been a little better player and mathed it correctly,
Right.
I probably would have been able to get him, like played stuff in the right order. Because my opponent definitely was mathing it out and mapping out the moves to do, which I don't really do. I'm having fun. He got me by 1 turn.
You trust the Force.
Right. Oh, totally trusting the Force. Now, most of these new bases use the Force, so they're supposed to having 30 life. They have 28, so you're at a little bit of a disadvantage. But he got me. I was just so close, so he got the first 2, which is fine. Hang out.
So what you're saying is if you had a base that didn't trust the Force...
Well, I kind of...
Then you would have probably been able to win.
Right. Well, actually, but with my... No, hold on. Let me... I misspoke. My Kit Fisto deck uses the Force base. This one has the 30 health.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's still a regular one, and his used... I think his used
so
the
now
Force.
you were screwed.
Yes. Yeah. He got me. The thing I like about this, and as we've talked about this many times with... I think you and I agree on this. Like, the competition is fun, but the playing of the game, having a little convo, enjoying the shared experience of that game, right? Whether it's Star Wars or Magic or whatever, right? It's that
Monopolizing.
Yeah, Monopolizing. But the opponent was fine. Like, it's still a planetary qualifier. I'm not expecting to grab beers with these people, but it was good. Had a little convo, like we talked about that first game, and he's like, "Yeah, man, like that's here's." Like, you got stuff. I sideboard in a few things. Oh, no. So I lost my first series. I lost the second series, so I was 0-2. So now I'm dropping down to the fun. I call it the fun bracket, loser bracket.
Right.
People are just hanging out, having fun. Played against 2 opponents. One was a local from the store who I play against a good bit. And then another was I think an out-of-towner. I can't remember. Maybe plays another store here in Phoenix. Both fun games. Like, a little repartee, hanging out. Oh, you did your thing. Like, that's the thing. My opponent was playing Snoke and was able to do the thing, and I was like, dude, that's awesome. He won that game. It was great, right? Celebrate the moment where you build a deck to do the thing. And then I did the trench run on him. He's like, dude, what? And I did it again. So I got it off twice that game.
Nice.
Which is crazy.
2 trench runs.
Yeah, no, it was
just like in the movie.
Well, they did blow it up twice. Wait.
Well, they did do the trench run twice. But the first 3 times, yeah. The first time it just impacted on the surface.
And then the second time Porkins just ate it. So I was 2-2 before the dinner break. And I think the vibe of the PQ was good. there's a lot of out-of-towners, and there's a lot of, like, net decking. There's a lot, like, the Kylo Ren deck that I played against. I think the 2 Kylo Ren decks I played against, both of them were net decks, like, right from the internet.
Yeah. If you're showing up to a tournament like that, an organized play event,
right,
and you're wanting to win, right? Your goal is to win. You have 2 options. You can either find a team of 4, 6, 8 players that are willing to sit down, do the grunt work, play the different decks, figure out what the best decks in the meta are, and then figure out what deck is going to beat those decks.
Right.
Which takes a ton of time, a ton of effort, a ton of dedication. Highly respect the people that do that. Or you can take what most people are going to do, because it's the path of least resistance, is go online, find what those best decks are, the ones that have been shared, and then play those decks. And because your goal going into that event is to perform the best that you can, and you expect everyone to be bringing that same level of game. So a lot of people like harp on net decking and that kind of thing. And it's in a situation, first off, in a situation like that, I find net decking to not only be acceptable, but also to be expected.
It's always expected. Yeah.
Because that's what you're going into. You're going into the best decks of the game.
Right.
Now there's going to be people like you, and there's nothing wrong with that, who are going to bring their pet deck.
Yeah.
And they're just going to be there to, have
fun.
a good time, get their face smashed in. But if they get a trench run or 2, it's going to be a good time. Right. And there's nothing wrong with that. And I encourage, you and other people to continue doing that. Right. Because that's how you want to engage with the game. That's what you find enjoyable.
Yeah.
Do that.
Yeah. Yeah.
But then there's also going to be, you're also going into that event knowing I'm going to see Kylo Ren.
Right.
I'm going to get my face pushed in.
Right.
Sabine's going to blow up my stuff.
I have to be prepared for this deck build or whatever these are. And we did with I do like the guys and gals, the dude and dudettes here. We sat down and looked at my deck and tried to play around with these are the cards to put in, maybe switch out, rework the sideboard. So my base deck was against Kylo Ren, expecting I'd see a lot of them, and I didn't run into a lot. I think, like I said, 2.
Yeah. Going into the fun bracket first round, would do that.
Right. And I ran into 1 or 2 that I'm like, wow, I've never played against you. That leader.
Yeah.
I can't remember what it was called. But it was a space one. And it was exhaust this unit to attack with a unit and give it saboteur, so it can sneak by all defenses or destroy shields. And that was rough. That was definitely a gulp. But my thing is before dinner, the 4 rounds I had before dinner were definitely of a just number crunching guys who don't talk at all.
Sure.
Sit at the poker table and flick their cards and do the chips and have their headphones on. Yeah. It was like, hey, we can talk a little bit, say hi, whatever. So those 4 rounds were great. The 2 afterward were definitely of the ilk of I don't even hardly look at you. It's all in the cards. I'm just doing this. I don't find that as enjoyable.
Sure.
Because that's not where I'm coming from, And of course, those 2 rounds, those are the 2 rounds that I definitely was like, woof. My deck didn't. I pulled bad, and my deck did not fire nothing happened. I pulled nothing that would help me against it, and that's the folly of card games, right?
Right.
I have 52 cards. I build it so that I have an excellent percentage of drawing what I need, but there's going to be the games where you just get diddly squat.
I think there's, there's later in the day like that, you're getting down to the wire. You're getting down to, these are my last chances to do as good as I can do. Right. And so people tend to get focused. They're also tired, exhausted. Right. They've been grinding games all day.
Yeah. I mean, it was a long day.
4 rounds of best of 3 is a long number of rounds. And then you go to dinner. Then you have a little bit of the itis when you come back. And so, I could see those last 2 rounds being lower energy, being higher focus.
Yeah. But it was
for
also,
all those reasons.
It was also like since I had won the last 2, I was 2-2, so maybe I wasn't in the
you bumped up a little bit
up into the bracket,
in your
rankings, which is fine. But it was definitely the this is. I want to go hang out with the fun kids.
The fun crew.
I want to go hang out with the fun kids over there. I know a couple of guys were like, how'd it go? And I was like, it was so bad. I think the Sabine Wren deck got me in turn. She deploys in turn 4, and I think he got me in turn 4, or 4 resources or whatever. Like it was like
4 resources. That's like turn 2, right?
Turn 3. So it was probably turn 3, if not started turn 4.
Yeah.
Like hit me hard, claimed, game. I was like, let's. Yeah, I got my guy out. It sucked.
Yeah, that's what that deck's probably built to do, right?
Like it's a fast deck. And when I saw it, I was like, this. I definitely reworked the sideboard and put it in there. But yeah, that's what it's for. It's faster. Luke doesn't come out until 6 resources, so he's slower.
Right.
There's defense I can do. I can do damage, but not as quick. But there was definitely some tricks. I'm like, wow, that was woo. But I think for me, the long and short of it is, I'm glad I went.
Yeah.
I think I had fun. Mike did a great job of keeping the energy up, interactive as he does. I mean, it's Mike. He's awesome.
That's what he's built to do.
Great. Fun prizes, stuff like that. The art cards you get. I was like, oh, that's
Fantasy Flight Games has always had good
prize support.
Prize support. Yeah.
There's a couple. I wish I could go, but I think it's called the sector qualifiers have different prize art. Like there's a Yaddle, which I use Yaddle a lot. 2-cost Jedi hero does some cool stuff.
Yeah. Did you end up finding that and watching that episode?
Not yet. No, I have not.
I'm almost positive it's Tales from the Force. It's the Dooku story.
Okay.
So
I'll have to go back
the
and through.
Dooku story before episode 2.
Yeah.
I was re-listening to our recording and thinking about it. I was like, I'm pretty sure this is
I'll have to go back and
Tales.
I'll go watch those. I think I watched
Tales of the Force, right? That's what it's called.
Because there's one that talks about Morgan Elsbeth, which I think I finished, like her younger growing up, and then I think the other one is Dooku.
Yeah,
and I haven't watched the Dooku yet, which I should, because those are great.
Yeah,
those are great episodes.
It's not peak Star Wars, but it is good. It's fun and enjoyable.
But on the whole, I like the experience. For me, since I know I'm not I'm not that kind of player, right? So going into this, I'm like, I probably should have walked after. Before dinner, I should have been like, I had fun. I'm 2-2. I'm fine with being 500.
Yeah.
See you guys later. But I'll stick it out and see what happens.
Do you know where you ended up ranking out?
Honestly, I don't know. I could probably look it up on my phone wherever that is. But
that's not important.
I wasn't in last.
Right.
Which is fine. I didn't end up in last place.
Do we know who took it? Was it somebody local?
I don't think it was anybody local.
Okay.
Unfortunately, but I do know. I think one of the guys who plays on usually is there on Sundays was in top 8.
Okay.
I think I think 1 or 2 locals got into top 8.
Yeah.
Maybe not local to Funk, but local to Phoenix.
Right.
But I do not know who won it.
Okay.
But it was a learning experience. So I'm like, I don't know if I'll do this again, kind of thing. Like, is it worth it for me?
I think it's worth it. Like even if it wasn't your favorite way to engage with the game, I think those types of experiences are you learn a lot from them. I think it's still a good way to, again, even though it's not your favorite way to engage with the game, it's still a good way to engage with the game. And I think it also helps with that perspective, right? Like just seeing the game from that different angle occasionally kind of keeps your mind fresh on different ways to think about. And sometimes you'll pick up like cards or combos or
there was
things
one,
like that.
and there's a great example of that when I was playing the Sabine guy. Chewbacca can be is a pilot, so you can put him on the ground or as a pilot. And like I have him in my deck, and I've been playing him for a while now. And he played it. I'm like, wait a minute, he costs. Hold on, hold the phone. I thought he cost 5, and he's like, no, as a pilot, he only costs 3. And I'm like, I've been playing that card.
You've been playing that card wrong.
And I totally forgot because Luke Pilot does the same thing. He's a 2-cost.
Yeah.
But if you want to play him as a pilot, he's a 3-cost. And I Probably because I wasn't wearing my glasses when I was playing them originally. The 3 looked like a 5. So I was totally like, it was one of those self-defeating moments where I totally kicked myself in the butt because I had him in my hand and I could have played him, but I thought he was a 5 cost. So there was definitely a few learning moments of, okay, you guys really play this a lot. And this is my first ever like competitive thing.
Oh,
I didn't play any Destiny competitive stuff. Nothing was close by.
Right.
And I didn't, every Sunday is a premiere event. Like you play some stuff, but it's not uber competitive. You'll run across some stuff where you bring in your fun decks and maybe try them out. So that's as competitive as I usually get.
Yeah,
So,
I'm
this was
usually
a huge event.
I'm
for
usually
me.
a Group C person like you, where I build a deck. I don't do any research. I don't net deck. I build a deck that I want to build. I try to make it as good as I can. I might cut a couple cards here and there to account for meta stuff. But for the most part, like I want to build my creation and see how far I can take it.
Right.
So I
Yeah.
did.
Have fun.
I used to do that a bunch with Netrunner, and it wasn't my favorite way to engage with the game, but I always had a good time. I always appreciated that I did, and there were a couple times where I did a organized play event like that, and I got top 8, and it felt great, felt real good. Now, granted, those were a lot smaller. We didn't have 60 players showing up to play
Right.
Netrunner, but we did have I think it was 18 players.
Still pretty good.
Yeah.
No, it's more than 10.
Yeah.
Or whatever. Yeah, because I think the average Sunday, it's actually gotten a little bit bigger, but I think the average Sunday is 10. There's other people who don't, I can't always do the event
Right.
on Sundays, but I think on average there's 10 people who do the premiere event with packs and stuff, So that's good.
Yeah.
So I had fun. Kudos to the winner. It was like I said, interesting.
We should play Netrunner.
I
want to play Netrunner.
We'll put it on the list.
We talked
Paul.
about it.
There's so
now,
many games.
now I want it. No, I want to play it right now.
Right now. We have a ship.
Well, speaking of, so that's. I'm glad it sounds like you had a fun time.
Yeah. It was great because there was a lot of people from the shop there. The group that plays at the Funk were there, and we were hanging out. It was good. So it was good. Like I said, it was a good experience.
I hope you do it again. And I hope you apply some of the things that you learned from this one, but don't like change who you are about it, right?
Yeah.
Like do what I said, where it's like build your creation, build your trench run deck.
Yeah.
Swap out a couple things to account for the meta as needed, but like go in with your creation and try and get as far as you can.
Yeah.
And if you get that top 8, it's gonna feel great.
Yeah. Well, every now and then the premiere, because I don't always remember to keep track. There's like, oh, how'd you do, Chris? I'm like, well, I probably did. I won 2 and lost 1, like my average thing. And they're like, no, you were undefeated today. And I was like, what? There's no one everyone's like, yeah, I think you're 3-0. And I'm like, what? That never happens. What do I get a trophy or something? Like, shut up and just here's your packs.
Yeah,
you 2 3-0 people go play your game, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna lose. But because they usually have a really good deck, and I just got the good draws. But yeah, so it happens every now and then. I think to wrap it up again, Paul and I are out there on the Discords. So if you guys have any thoughts or comments about what we talk about, ideas, don't hesitate to drop them in there. Reach out to us. We are on there enough. I do like to post like minis and stuff I'm working on. I'm going to post the ship I'm working on for Daggerheart, and spreading the love of not just the playing side, but also the hobby and the building and the painting side, even though a lot of times we don't have a lot of time for it. Going out and showing what we're doing and hopefully inspiring one of y'all to get out there buying some minis and painting them and having some fun. I think we also have a Patreon out there.
Yeah, if you have the means and the it's something that you can do in your life, please consider supporting our Patreon. We've got cool rewards going up. Mike's trying to stay on top of that for us. And that allows Chris and I to continue sitting down and recording for you guys today and using this equipment that the shop has so graciously let us use.
Provided.
So if you can do that means just the world to us. We would love to keep giving you more of this content for as long as we can.
And don't forget, obviously, there is the Funkatronic store. Come in, say hi. It's a great place to just come in and get a game, pick something out of the game library, bring your own stuff in, and meet some new people, meet some new friends, and have some games out there.
And if we don't have the game that you want in stock, if you want to get a hold of Crisis Protocol or an expansion
or
for
sold
something,
out of Quacks somehow,
or somehow sold out of Quacks or Heat, the store can special order it for you
absolutely.
as well. So
everybody there will be glad to help out.
I have a
little postscript.
I have
Yes.
a question for you. What soda would Mystique drink?
Oh, we're going back in time. What soda would Mystique drink?
I have my answer.
I don't want to say it would be like Coke Clear or something like that.
Crystal Pepsi.
Crystal Pepsi. You know.
Whatever everyone else is drinking.
It's whoever she's impersonating, that's what she's going to drink.
Whatever the person next to her is drinking.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
All right, I see that. So like how because Crystal Pepsi doesn't look like anything.
Crystal Pepsi is like
It could look like could be water.
It tastes like Coke, but it doesn't look like Coke.
Right?
What is
What
it?
is it? It's in disguise. What kind of?
I don't think our audience is old enough to know what Crystal Pepsi is.
All right, now everybody
Chris.
has an assignment as a postscript. Go research the horrific experiment.
Wonderful, beautiful.
That was all the crystal see-through sodas. That was science gone wrong. Oh my gosh. Well, I love that segment. We definitely got to do that more often. All right, dude. Well, Paul, it's been an awesome hanging out. Thank you for letting us record in your garage here with all the games. And we will hopefully see you guys next time. Bye.
Love you, bye.
That's it, man.
Bye, nerds.
Game over, man. Game over.
Let's play.
Shall we play a game?